My intro, but during my intro, I play cool jam. So while you're waiting for the chat, I love introducing people. If you've never heard Joe Samba, great CD, great band. I mean, how can you not get excited and be happy a Saturday morning? I get to go do my favorite thing, my passion right now. And that's what? Go to where? Uh-oh. Some pictures. All right. I get to go play some softball, playing some 40s out here at Twin Creeks. We got a 14, playing 40 majors. We only got 14, so hold on. We only got 14s playing NCS, AWS, playing at the Creek. I mean, the Creeks, I love BLD, but I hate to tell people that Twin Creeks by far is a much better complex. The only downfall there is that, let me see if I can turn it. The only downfall is the turf. Turf's good, but the turf, there's no color contrast from the infield to the outfield. So if you're an investor and you want to buy Twin Creeks, do that, because you could host a conference event. I mean, ideally, where else could, I mean, think about hosting a conference event there and everybody's at the park and you wouldn't even stay late. Having 10 field or showtime, but most importantly, the difference between them and Twin Creeks and BLD is the 300-foot fences. Plus, you have the other ones, the little bigger dimensions, which makes it kind of fun. Field 6 at the Creeks almost has a stadium feel because primarily the color contrast that you actually have in the infield and an outfield. But we'll be at Twin Creeks. First game's at 12 o'clock. Bringing my man Sammy B. First thing, I've been wanting to talk about this guy right here. And I'm shocked that he is not on a team. 40-year-old major plus player. I would say his name. You may be able to know who he is after I say him. But to me, if you're a sponsor, to me, if you're a coach, to me, a manager, and you ever never drop this guy's name in the bucket, especially if you're major plus, then you got the wrong manager and you got to get him out of here. Okay? For me, I've made some really good friends on softball teams that are not even from my area. Because I've always said, to go to another level, you got to be able to play without your buddies. No buddy teams. And that's what I always had to do. I was never a package deal. So whenever I was playing from teams, heck, I played on a team out of Reno. And then, playing 40s with a team out of Texas, you want to go to the next level. You got to be able to detach, cut the cord from your buddies and to see how really good you are in stuff. I mean, it goes both ways. I know there's conference buddy teams and guys get chances and opportunities because they're buddies and hanging out at the bar buddies or whatever. So they're going to pick their favorite guy over the right guy, right? When I make teams and I've always thrown my 2 cents with sponsors, whoever, I've always thought about the right guy and not the favorite guy. And I think that's what's always made a lot of my teams highly successful, and less headaches, okay? But this guy plays a middle infield, can play shortstop, can play 5-man, can play second base. If you need a 3-4-5 hitter, pretty consistent, this guy would slide right in. Major plus. One of the strongest arms out there in the middle infield in the 40 class. Also has some of the best hands in the 40 class. And when it comes to your favorite guy, this guy can be your favorite guy. Because I love this guy, man. I first met him when he first started playing on a local D team, which I won't tell. Well, I'll tell you, he played for SB Performance. And I met him, and the people used to joke with him, like, you're like Leroy's younger brother. I'm like, what? I saw his license. But this guy, love the guy. Always a great guy to hang out at the hotel, hang out in the bar, hang out at the ballpark, hang out in BP. Always happy. I don't think I've ever really seen this. Well, I've maybe seen him piss twice. But I've had a lot of tournaments with this guy, a lot of fun with this guy, joking around. He's a guy I truly call a good softball friend. Even though we don't talk much, but that's just the kind of guy he is. I can just give him a call. And we just start chatting. I called him this morning. Because he's a free agent. And on my 40 team, we could really use him. But realistically, he belongs on a top tier major plus team. Okay? And I'm sure some people have talked to him about it and stuff, but you know, the glory about 40s is you don't have to really play a crazy travel schedule. People think to play major plus, you got to travel. You don't. Your furthest travel is Vegas. And most of you guys, if you're playing 40 major plus, I'll guarantee you driven to Reno for Midnight Madness. So if you could drive that, you could drive going to Vegas. Unless you have the sponsors willing to pay your flight, correct? But as a 40 major plus team, you got Vegas, you got Reno. I would also mix in a Southern California event, and you got it. Well, right now we got 3 major plus teams in NorCal. But I would still try to. I think it'd be cool to coordinate the 3 NorCal major plus teams. Figure out a tournament that all 3 of you teams can go to SoCal on a weekend, and it'd be great to see if 3 major plus teams from SoCal can pick a tournament to come up north. That would make it a 6 to 18 team tournament. Another thing I think would be great, would help the major plus program. Listen to me, director. This is why I should be a director. One weekend, like they do a conference event, host a 40 major plus. And you leave it like that. If a major team chooses to get into that tournament, obviously they get the 5-run spot or the other run. But you got to have one event. You can't have major or major plus. Host major plus and get those major teams in there. I don't see any reason why USSSA doesn't do that. That would help their senior program and where they're at right now. And this is not being negative, it's just using these things. You guys could use some help, big help. I could help build up USSSA majors, the senior program. I could help, because I'm out there, I'm watching the game, I love the game. Even if you have a tournament director and like a vice director, the guy who's out there, kind of out there watching, I can first recruit teams to come out to the tournaments. I can tell people where the tournaments are going to be hosted at, and secondly, start promoting things, I would host one weekend a month to help the major plus, host a major plus event. And if the majors want to get into it, you let them be into it and they get spotted, okay? And then you get to really see the thing better, And it only helps senior softball. To me, there should be no AA. But obviously, who crippled in the AA the first people? I don't remember who. But let's think about it. That hurts senior softball. 3 divisions, perfect. If I was director, everybody come in as a major. Actually, you don't have to. Because I like to think, as a NorCal guy, I know most of the players. So I can kind of get a feel. Nah, man, you got literally 7 major type players. You're not doing AAA, But that's what they do. Some tournament directors feel that, what do they got to do? Oh, I got to let them play AAA so they support my program, or else I'm going to lose it. No. If they're building a team like that to try to play AAA, they'll play majors, and they will adapt, okay? But I got on task, and I always do, Going back to this player, great hands, hits the ball hard, kind of getting it toned down a little bit, swings hard, hits a lot of line drive home runs, but I think last year his swing he's figuring it out more, and he's got those tools, and he's got some IQ. I had him play 40s on my WSL team, and by far on that team that weekend, he was our best player. And I want to say he was playing 5-man. Yeah, he was playing 5-man, I think. Or maybe shortstop. No, he was playing shortstop. By far, the best player on that field for my California bat team. I'm talking about Craig Jensen. Yeah, Craig Jensen. Do you know who? Craig Lovelady. Craig Lovelady. Do you know who Craig Lovelady is? Worm. I tell you, Worm, why has nobody, I mean, I'm sure people have asked, but make it work. You're getting an upper echelon, one of the top middle infielders in the 40 class in the U.S. And I'll put $100, $200 in the U.S. By far. Worm will be one of the top 5 middle infielders in 40 class. And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of good guys coming up there. But first off, 5-tool, yeah. First, and for a lot of you guys, you get a guy who's a great teammate, great guy to hang out with, loyal guy, great buddy. That is important. And having that as a major plus player with no chip or attitude, awesome, right? He can hit it. He can base hit it. He's got wheels. He's in shape. He's been in great shape. And he's got a cannon. The guy can throw it. He's got a strap. I almost want to say he pitched. You know, he played some junior college, and I don't know if I think he played infield because his hands are just great. But the dude's got a strap, okay? So to have that as an infielder, to get an infielder with those kind of hands who can play 10 feet deeper than your average major plus guy, that's huge. People don't understand. If you got an infielder for second base, shortstop, and 5-man that can play a lot deeper than others, and having that pitcher cover second base, that's going to make your team that much stronger. Take it to the bank. What's up, Dizzo? And you know my friend Worm. Shocked. This is another guy I would bring on a major plus team if he doesn't have one. Loves the game. He freaking shows up. And he's a high percentage hitter that doesn't need a home run. And when you get a guy that can hit 700 plus and not need the home run and kind of put him where you need him in the infield or catch DH, those are great assets for a major plus team. That's the problem. Let's see if I can get this. But I'm almost at the Twin Creeks. And I do want to say, I don't know why they do that. Secondly, before I get to the creeks, I do want to share, if you saw my feeds yesterday, once again, it's a respectful thing. It's a kind of clarification because, you know, there's so many people who try to divide, you know, as I've always saw when I got into playing B's and A's. I didn't play on an A team, but, you know, when you're playing those teams, you know, sometimes people will try to separate or break apart. If you don't know each other, they start planting seeds because you're a threat. Am I a threat? I don't know. But as I said, nothing but a lot of respect for David Velasquez, respect for all bat companies, bat reps, and I think I established that with those messages. You know, Ronnie Salcido selling like 5 Easton Fosters or whatever. No, the Brett Helmers. I mean, I sold 5 of those. And I didn't ask for a penny because I'm helping out a brother who's running a business or helping a business. Joe Prock just sold 8 bats to our sponsor, Keith, of Prestige Anonymous Bats. He didn't hate him. Oh, I don't know where to get him. He helped him. He asked, got him right there. And again, me reaching out, a 70-year-old, because the blackout bat was sold out. And I think on that same feed from the other night, I think Dave was talking about there's a 70-year-old that loves the bat or worked well for him or whatever. So trying to, you know, I didn't say hell with those guys or I ain't going to try to connect you. I think I might have connected you. I think that 70-year-old you're talking about is the 70-year-old I know, Dave, but I'm probably wrong. But this was a 70-year-old gentleman. I saw it on Facebook. But it's just respect, moving on, growing. And I think it can make bonds stronger because if we think something or feel something, I know to call. But I hope you know to also call, you know? Or message is fine with me, whatever's easier and quicker, but one or the other. That's what we communicating now. That's how we grow, and that's how our bonds become stronger. By taking when you respect somebody and you have a disagreement, which is going to happen, you grow. And if you know the person has a good, genuine heart, like I think Dave has a great heart, he has a great soul, He promotes a lot, even before being on Short Porch. I love his personality. I love his attitude. I've always quoted him. I used to tell him, warning. I love the warning language. I mean, come on, Dave. Remember the chuckles we had talking on the phone. And once again, as somebody I highly respect, but somebody I truly would call a friend, that if I saw you at a tournament, Dave, I would sit down there and start talking with you and probably chuckle and get in some deep conversation. And because I'm a strong guy in front of all of you, I apologize for anything that made you feel that I was attacking you and attacking Short Porch, trying to belittle you, or trying to say that you don't know, whatever, however you felt. I apologize with my sincere heart to let you know that I apologize. And I do want to share that I'm also sorry. Have a great Saturday. Happy Easter tomorrow. I will go live again later somewhere, maybe a game. Take care, be good. And you see how I hope we made a nice resolution, where sometimes people, we hold grudges. I don't hold grudges. You know, I'm 50s and I'm too old to have enemies or people that dislike me or whatever. Get to know me before you judge me, because I do that myself. I usually let people kind of define how the friendship is going to be in the relationship. Take care, and gotta do this again. Yeah, at the creeks. Check it out. There he is! Everybody stand up, make some turns. Everybody stop it up, stop it up. It's gonna be a good day today. I see. Oh. Oh, wrong guy. So this is Twin Creeks, Best Complex. Host a conference, host a major. Love it. Look at this atmosphere, man. This is softball heaven. I might have passed him. I'm looking for Sammy B, my brother. That's another thing that I really like about our bag company. But you have Sammy, you have a Mexican and myself, you got a Slovakian. You know, we have so many different cultures, ethnicities, races represented. Hey! Miados! Everybody stand up, make some friends. Everybody stop it up, stop it up. If you wanna dance, look at these miado heads. Yeah! Tommy T! Some league guys. Cheapo, Dave. You get to tell them they're freaking go play higher than E, cuz. They're trying to do E-Rec. Yeah! Look at these. Miados! Yeah! Good dudes, man. Good dudes. We're at Twin Creeks. Oh! Now we're starting to mess.